Good morning and happy Friday. I am going to share today something that's super important. If you're sharing resources with your students, you're going to want to know how you can share copies with them so they can't edit your original. I did not do a video yesterday. I've been working really hard to finish the subject and predicate more advanced sentence digital unit or digital resource. So that is done. I'm actually working on posting it, but I wanted to stop and make sure I did share a tip today since I missed yesterday. So first I'm going to show you how you can share a link with your students if you're just going to send them a link. So maybe you're using Seesaw or something else and you're not using Google Classroom. I'm going to share how you can share a Google Slides activity with your students so they can't edit your original. It will force them to make a copy, which is super important because if you just send them, if you just click on share and you just give them this link, they're going to actually be able to edit it, which is not what you want them to do. You do not want them to be able to edit your original because if they edit your original, it's going to be a sad thing. I will also say I don't know what number. It's Friday. I need more coffee. Another important thing to remember is I like to keep a master copy of each thing, because that way, if for some reason something funny happens and they do edit yours, you still have the original. So I highly recommend, like, before you share it, go to File, make a copy, entire presentation, and then make a folder for like master copies and just change it to like master and the name of the activity. So that way next time, no matter what happens, you have that copy. Okay, so if you want to just directly share a link, this is useful if you're sending it in an email or sending it on an app like Seesaw. You can just easily share a link. So you are going to click share, and then you're going to go down here. You're going to change it to anyone with the link, and then you're going to copy this link, but you're not done. You're going to open a new tab and paste that link. Now here, if you look, there's this long URL. We are going to go right here where it says edit. Okay, we don't want them to be able to edit. Edit means that they can take that original Google slide presentation that you've created and edit that one. You don't want that. You want them to have their own copy. So I'm going to backspace just the word edit. Don't take away anything else, just take away the word edit. And we're going to change that to copy, C-O-P-Y. That's it. Now, when I take this link and I give it to a student, send this link to a student, you'll see it will ask them to make a copy. So now when they click make a copy, they don't have access to your original copy that you've created. They have access to their own brand new copy, okay? Super important. Where'd it go? If I just use this original link with the word edit, let me show you the difference. So this is what you sent to your students. Notice here it says copy of. If I just use that original link, or if I just share it via email, like put in their emails, it gives them access to the original one. So you see here it says DAB number 5. Any changes they make here will change yours. And then when students are trying to complete it, they'll all be completing like on the exact same thing. So it will not work. So you want to just change that word edit to copy. If you're using Classroom and you're not sure how to assign work, it's very simple. I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So if I wanted to assign that same activity through my Classroom to my students, or even just to one particular student, you go to your Classroom, you can click on classwork, and you're going to click on create, okay? You can create lots of different things. We're going to create an assignment. So click on assignment, and you can name it whatever you want. So DAB number 5, and then you can write instructions if need be, unless the instructions are already in Google Slides, you don't need to. Please complete this today. Thank you. Okay, so those are my instructions. Okay, we have a few options over here. One, you can put how many points it is if you're grading it. If it's not graded, you can put ungraded. You can give them a specific due date. You could list it under a topic. I have not completely set up a Google Classroom because this is just the test one that I use to show people how to do things. So I only have one, so I'm not going to put it under anything, but you could put it under math, you could put it under whatever. Now, this is a neat function. I could assign it to all of my students, or I could just assign it to 1 or 2 or 3 students, which is really nice because then you can differentiate. As you can see, my classroom is myself and my husband. So I'm going to just assign it to myself because I don't want to assign it to him. You can also attach a rubric. I'm not going to do that either. Okay, so when I go to assign it, I want to, I almost forgot the most important part. So now I need to attach, or I could create, but I'm going to attach. So I'm going to click on Add and go to Google Drive. And then I want to pick that activity. There's 2 here because this is the copy that I sent to myself. So I'm going to click the original. Okay, this is super important. How it is right now, you're going to get a bunch of emails because those students are not going to be able to actually do anything with that. We want to change it to make a copy for each student for the exact same reason we did it the other way before. If I put student can edit file, they're going to be able to change your original. That could work if you're doing some kind of collaborative activity, not what we want for right now. Make a copy for each student. Okay, so it's saving. I can go ahead and I could schedule it if I wanted it to go at a certain time. I'm going to go ahead and assign it to myself. And then it'll go in your student's classroom. They will see that activity as an activity that they can complete. It's that simple. They will get their own copy when they click on the link, just like when we changed the word edit to copy. Okay. I don't know if that's confusing or if that makes sense. So if you're watching and you're like, I'm confused, let me know. If you're like, I got it, that totally makes sense, let me know. But that's a really super important thing to remember. So number 1, make sure you change edit to copy. Number 2, you want students to have their own copy if you're using Classroom. And number 3, I highly recommend making a copy of your activities and putting it in a master folder. So if something funky happens, you always have the original, because it is a sad, sad thing if a student accidentally edits your original and then that's extra work for you. I'm going to try to finish the subject and predicate resource. I'm hoping to come on later today or tomorrow and show it to you, and then maybe give a copy away. If you'd be interested in that, let me know. And that's it. I hope you guys have an awesome Friday. Thanks so much for joining me, and enjoy your weekend. Bye, friends.